Yo, what's up, Archer Blades? How you doing? What's up, Alex? How you doing? By the way, I couldn't find my other glasses, so I guess I'm wearing this tonight. Thank you for the happy 10K, dog. How you doing? Hopefully you're doing okay. It's been 2 weeks? 3 weeks maybe since I streamed. Again, if you're unaware, been busy for the past couple months pretty much, but yeah, past couple weeks for sure. So I just been busy with that, just chilling when I can, but yeah. Nothing really going on in the world of FGO as far as like anything I'm willing to stream or record. What's up, Chacha? How you doing? Yeah, that's pretty much like the main thing that everyone thinks is coming out. I mean, I'm on that boat as well. No pun intended, because Noah's Ark boat, whatever. But yeah, Noah's most likely coming out. All signs point to him, with the Grand Rider thing coming out later in the month, and him being the actual canonical Grand Rider. And when you look at the servants that have a bonus during the event, as you can see here, a little picture of them, but in the news page. But if you look at all the servants, or most of them, they're all animal servants. And if you know the story of Noah and Noah's Ark, then you know that he built this entire boat, Noah's Ark, to hold 2 of every animal, to save them from a giant flood, and hopefully repopulate the earth, I guess, with the new animals and whatnot once the flood is gone and over with. So and if you look at the background of the, I guess, preview of the event, it shows a storm in the background. So again, all signs point to Noah. I mean, that's pretty obvious at this point. I doubt it's gonna be anyone else. I just put Gil in the thumbnail just for thumbnail purposes. I'm gonna pull for Noah. So he just kind of looks like an adult Nemo. So from a design standpoint, he doesn't really do anything for me. No offense to Nemo, no offense to Noah, or the art style, but doesn't really do much for me. So it really comes down to if there are any like surprising ascensions, because we see 2 ascensions from Arcade, and just going off of those 2 ascensions, I'm like, okay. So if they surprise us with something crazy, then maybe. And of course, from a gameplay standpoint, if he's like dummy with the sauce, I'll feel a little bit more pressure to go for him. But yeah, you woke me up. You better have breakfast ready. Hey man, I don't know what you like to eat. I'm pretty standard and pretty vanilla when it comes to breakfast. You know, hash brown, eggs, maybe like bacon or sausage depending on the day. But that's like my basic breakfast, like eggs and hash browns pretty much. When I don't have potatoes and eggs and rice, you know, it is what it is. I used to eat cereal a lot, not really that much anymore. But I don't know what you like, so hey man, let me know what you like. I'll prepare it. You know what I'm saying? Sounds good, man. Okay, sounds good. So we're getting Noah's Ark with new saber face. Is that what he looks like to you? I mean, I guess he kind of looks like Arquid a little bit. I mean, the art style doesn't, you know, he's not Takeuchi, so not that much, but I could see the vision. Imagine if I'm the pair of those animals. I'm gonna populate the earth. Golly. Yeah, imagine if you were part of the pair. I mean, okay, if you were in Noah's Ark and you could pick any servant to be your female counterpart, who you're picking, Chacha? I mean, partly knowing you say maybe adult Chacha for, you know, creating our own fantasy servant. I was gonna say for me, it was gonna sound weird because I said I don't see Tiamat as like a waifu or like in that way, but Tiamat could repopulate the earth by herself. So I feel like that would be like a big brain move on my part. Like, yeah, I'd pick Tiamat just so she could repopulate everything. Like, we don't need to bring any more animals. We could just bring her. I don't know. Maybe that's so weird. Is this the event? Yes, oh no, this quest isn't the event. I'm doing like a Bleached Earth Bond quest. But yeah. Actually, let me go ahead and just do this, because when the event drops, I don't want to be in the middle of the event. Obviously, I'm rocking my double Tiamat team. I'm sure most people know how double Tiamat teams work at this point. But at least the way I've been using her, I just focus more on crit oriented farming rather than like the usual NP spamming, which you could do the NP spamming, but one of the biggest problems, well, really the only problem with her is that you have to use her NP in addition to the damaging NP, so that's a lot of NPs. That's two more than most 3-turn farming teams, so a lot of people don't really like that. Yeah, I don't really care. I love her NP, so I really don't care. Yes, there is a live stream, or I think it's a mini live stream, so I guess technically it's like pre-recorded. But there's a mini live stream. I think link is in the description if I remember to put it there. But yes, there should be a live stream. Funny enough, the guest that's gonna be on later is actually I don't know why the enemy lived that turn. Oh, it's because I didn't use the buster buff. Okay, I gotta quit. On that. The guest is Kana Ueda, the voice actress of Ishtar and Erishkigal. I don't know if that means anything. I doubt a new Ishtar or Erishkigal is coming out, but I suppose it's possible if they want to surprise us. Maybe like 5-star Noah and then 4-star something big surprise. That's why I'm kind of hoping for a costume for Gil. You know, Nebu Kednazar the second or 2.5 from Arcade. If you're unaware, there's basically a Gilgamesh altar in Arcade. Basically, he goes by Nebuchadnezzar the second or 2.5. And obviously he's not out in the mobile game. He is just a costume though, so I don't think he's gonna be like a separate unit if he ever does come out. But a man could hope, I guess. I'm actually hoping Nebu what? Well, it's pronounced Nebuchadnezzar, but I think I like to say Nebuchadnezzar because he's a Chad. But I'm pretty sure the first pronunciation is correct. I don't know. I'm not a professional, clearly. I'm actually hoping for adult Abby for the Foreigner event. I don't know if there's gonna. I mean, there probably will be like a Foreigner Ordeal call Foreigner event of some kind. So I wouldn't mind a new Abby, you know. We talked about this before, but obviously Abby from Salem is still out there somewhere. I would love to see her make a comeback in the story in some way, and I guess an Ordeal call foreigner-oriented chapter would be the best way to reintroduce her to the story. And obviously it's been a couple years in real life, probably in the game only a couple months, but it would be cool if she aged up a little bit. In my opinion, I think the artist would absolutely cook. But an adult Abby or like a teenage Abby or something, I think they would cook. First pronunciation is right. Yeah, I thought so. Nebuchadnezzar the second. But his name says Chad in it, so I might flip-flop between the two. I don't think he's coming out though as a costume. I wish he would, but I guess you never know. I did kind of call Tiamat, so I guess it's not out of the realm of possibility that I call a costume for Caster Guild. But with the Grand Rider thing coming out, I am kind of coping for my long-awaited Aussie animation update. I don't think it's gonna happen just because maintenance is over, and at this point it would have been implemented. I feel like they might surprise us. It is a shame though that the Grand Rider Grand Duel is tied to an event, kind of like what they did with the Grand Lancer and Indra. The only reason I say it's a shame is because it kind of ruins the surprise of who the Grand Rider will be. Like, once they reveal who it's gonna be in about an hour, then it's like, okay, well, there goes that surprise, I guess. Because I would have liked it if it was like Ozzy or something with a unique animation, or even if they don't pick Ozzy, Iskandar or something, and then we see like a unique NP animation, unique fight. But it seems that they're gonna go the Indra route going forward. I don't know if they're gonna keep doing it for the rest of the servants, but they're doing it again for presumably Noah. Presumably. Latest update starts in 10 minutes. Does it? I know this is a light version, by the way the light version of the stream started. So I actually don't know if like things are just gonna start right away. Which if they do, that's fine by me. It's like 3 a.m. where I live right now, so let's just get it over with to show us what's gonna come out. As far as if I'm rolling, like I said earlier, it really depends. If Noah's design speaks to me, or if his skills are dummy with the sauce, then I guess I might throw a couple tickets. I might throw in a couple of quartz. Gill face Noah, imagine. If for whatever reason they change his design to make him a gill face, I guess I'll feel more inclined to roll for him, but press X to doubt. I don't think that's happening. Okay, I forgot to do my free summon, I guess, and let me go ahead and do that. You get a free summon every day in the story gacha ever since 10th anniversary, which has been very lucrative for me, at least in my side account. I've gotten 3 5-star servants from these free rolls. Obviously, I didn't get one here. But my main account, this account that I'm using right now, hasn't been that lucky at all. I haven't been getting any gold servants. Well, my side account literally got 3 5-stars out of that. So it's a cool update. I like it. I wish that was a thing since the beginning, but it is what it is. But as you can see here, I have still a fuck ton of quartz. Nowhere near the amount I had when I rolled for Tiamat, but I'm not complaining. I got Tiamat, so it is what it is. Was that live action Gil? Yeah, there's a live action of Fate Zero. I believe it's a stage play. I don't think it's like a proper live action. But I guess same thing, but yeah. But otherwise, just been kind of bond farming. I bond farmed to the point of basically bond 15 my Typhon. Typhon's bond 15. Olga's bond 15 now. I believe Alco is bond. Yeah, she's bond 12. I just bond 12'd her. So I've been chugging along, recuperating on the quartz I used on Tiamat, on Anniversary, Summer as a whole. Right now I'm kind of working my way with obviously Archer Tiamat or Summer Tiamat. Imagine Grand Rider gonna be Noah. I don't gotta imagine it because that's canonically what he is. I'll be surprised if they release Noah and then the Grand Rider duel isn't him. That'll be very weird. Are you on an emulator? No. So I used to use Samsung Dex, which is like an official Samsung application where if you plug in your Samsung device to your phone, it automatically screen mirrors into your PC. But unfortunately, they discontinued that application, so I had to find a new one. I'm using a new program on my PC called Screen Copy, which sounds exactly what it is. It just copies my screen from my phone once I plug it in. So it's basically the same thing as Dex, but I prefer Dex, I'm going to be honest. And I don't really use emulators just because I like, having the game on my mobile device and just being able to plug and play. Rather than like I got to log in and relog back in and then log back. I don't want to do all that shit. Yeah, Screen Copy, that's exactly what it is. That's how you spell it. I don't know why they spelled it without the vowels, but yes, it is that one. It's kind of a bitch sometimes because sometimes it doesn't work. So you gotta like either re-download it or, plug your shit back in and stuff. But yeah, it's what it is. What's up? What's up, Sergio back? Thank you again. But it's really smooth. Oh, is it? Well, I'm glad it is because I saw other like screen capturing applications and I tried some of them and it looked like shit. This is like one of the only ones that look pretty good. Pretty smooth. I'm here for that Nebu Chad Nizar spiritual. Yo, I hope. But the likelihood of that happening is quite low. I'm going to go ahead and farm some EXP cards because obviously I use a lot on 120 in Tiamat. Might as well do that. Use up my AP while I'm here. I love the fact that they gave us a new CE right after I bond 15 Olga, so this is not going to serve me as far as bonding with her. But, it's there. It's like extra bond with evil servants, if I'm not mistaken. So that's cool. I mean, it works with my Tiamat, so I shouldn't really complain that much. Are you gonna roll for Wangina? I would have rolled for her by now, and I don't know if that was deliberate. By the way, you spelled it like the way you did, so I almost said something else. Thankfully, I caught myself. But no, I won't be rolling for her just because I have bigger priorities in the future. Alice being the main one next year. Alice, Alco, sure there's another servant I'm forgetting about at the moment. But yeah, those are bigger priorities for me. So I'm going to be saving for the rest of the year. I'm pretty sure I'm not rolling for the rest of the year in NA. I'm pretty sure NA is pretty much done and over with. After anniversary in summer, I'm good for the rest of the year. I mean, Wangina, she's cool, but I'm good. Ptolemy, I believe, is the next new 5-star. He's cool too, but I'm skipping out on him. I believe the Guda Guda event, both of the new 5-stars. I mean, Usagi Kenshin is very, very, very tempting, but I'm good. I'm good. Do you complete the event ladders on your side accounts? I only have one side accounts, but yes, I do for the most part. I don't farm nearly as hard as in those accounts. Wow, I was expecting Ibuki to kill. Although I usually farm with summer Ibuki, so I'm actually very surprised. Oh, well, it's an archer. Okay, well, my dumbass. Okay, it is what it is. Again, it's 3 a.m. where I am. Fucking up. I'm gonna need the new Shinsengumi. Yeah, so he's a 4-star, so that good luck when he comes out. Should be pretty easy to pull him. I believe he's a saber, if I'm not mistaken. He's either a saber. No, he's a berserker. He's a berserker. Gonna be coming out in a couple months. I did not notice Summer Tiamat's face sprite details. It looks more like a goddess. Yeah, no, she looks amazing. Looks exactly the part of a primordial goddess for sure. We just, I think this should kill. I think. I fucked up the 3 turn, but it should be good. What I need is Cha-Cha on the next Guda Guda. Oh yeah, we should be scheduled for a... Did we get a new Guda Guda this year in JP? I feel like we haven't. Then again, my memory has been complete ass lately with the amount of studying I've been doing. So I feel like we're scheduled for a new one at some point. Just got here, missed anything? No, absolutely nothing has been announced to my knowledge, nothing new. It's just been kind of showing the same stuff. Although the stream is probably not going to start until another minute. We didn't last year. Oh, did we not? I guess not. I don't remember. I think JP got a... Yeah, so I guess we're really scheduled for a new one. For sure. Yeah, I gotta apologize to Tiamat real quick. The past 2 quests I just did, I completely fucked up the 3 turn. But the next one, I swear, I'll get the 3 turn down. It's just need a little bit of a warm up. You know, I just woke up from my mini nap. It's 3 a.m. You know, it is what it is. So I don't want to keep disrespecting her like that. How's your rating for Summer Tiamat? See, I'm trying to remove all bias, but it's kind of hard to do that. So for me, she's, in my opinion, this might sound crazy. Okay, so the stream started, by the way, but in my opinion, she's probably the strongest support servant we've gotten since Oberon, which I guess isn't that big of a deal, because I mean Oberon's pretty, like, he sets the bar. But I feel like she's like right there. She's like right there, right on the same level of Castoria, Koyan, I guess Scotty as well. And then right below Oberon. I think she's actually, if you have her in P5, in my opinion, I think she's better in terms of farming. Again, strictly in terms of farming. I think she's better than Koyan and Scotty. And I might even say Castoria, in my opinion. If you have her in a high NP level, because she's the only one or one of the few supports in which you want to have her in a high NP level, whereas the other ones you can kind of get away with just NP1. That's in my opinion, though. Without bias, what NP level would you recommend for Summer Tiamat? NP2. I think NP2 you get the biggest jump, the biggest increase in terms of the buffs percentages. Either NP2 or maybe even NP3. Obviously, if you can go full on NP5, so you can maximize those buffs. I'm using Lohi, so Tiamat is an upgrade compared to Scotty. Yeah, in specific teams, she's preferable over Scotty. She's not exactly the quick savior in terms of like putting quicks on the next level, but she at the very least, which is good in my opinion, she's at the very least at the same level as Summer Scotty. So in some situations, she's even better than Summer Scotty. Like I said earlier, her biggest weakness is the fact that you absolutely have to use her NPs in order to be on that level, I guess. What about her skills? Are they any better than the other supports? Okay, so if we're talking just skills, if we're talking just like in general as a support, not necessarily in terms of farming, in terms of skills, she is cracked. I'm sure you guys will agree with me when I say that some of the most annoying challenge quests involve either debuffing your team to oblivion or removing your buffs. So you could sit there with double Castoria, double Koyan, double Scotty, throw in an Oberon in that motherfucker. The moment your buffs get removed, it's over. Like, you're fucked. The thing about Tiamat is, just with a skill alone, not even using her NP, with a skill alone, she puts a 3-turn buff removal resistance to the entire party, which isn't unheard of. We've had servants in the past do that. But when you put that on a servant that's also an NP looping enabler, that's also a crit damage servant support, it's pretty cracked. This latest challenge quest that we did in summer had a lot of debuff action, a little bit of buff removal, but mainly debuff action. And if you use her NP, it's stackable 100% debuff resistance. So when it comes to getting debuffed, when it comes to getting buff removal, she has you covered. On top of providing crit stars, on top of providing protection as well with her NP. She's cracked. That's why I think, in my opinion, she's the strongest support since Oberon. Like, straight up. Like, in my opinion, she's on the level, if not a little bit above Scotty, a little bit above Koyan, and even a little bit above Castoria in certain situations, but then right below Oberon. I think Oberon's still like the best support just in general, but Tiamat has to be up there. You would have to be smoking crack if you don't think she's dummy with this house. And I know a lot of it is like me glazing her because, you know, obviously I'm very biased. But if you just use her, like, I swear, she's crazy. She's amazing. Yeah, buff removal sucks. Summer Tiamat is a step in the right direction. In terms of, like, saving quicks, yeah, I'd say so. But as good as she is in supporting quicks, she's just as good as supporting quicks as she is in supporting arts. And obviously, as I am using her right now, you could put her in a buster looping team. Now, when I say buster, I shouldn't say buster looping now that I think about it, because she's not really good for NP looping for busters. But if you have a buster servant like Ibuki, and I would imagine Morgan and other buster servants that are crit oriented, you could 3-turn farm with crits by itself. I mean, first NP or first turn, definitely you have to use your NPs. But then the next 2 turns, as I just showed, you could just rely on crits and you're good. And again, it depends on your gameplay, like on your style, I guess. Maybe you just prefer looping. It's like faster, technically. Well, I guess it really depends on the quest. It's like marginally faster, and we've been programmed for the past 7 years since Scotty that NP looping is the way to go in terms of farming. But if you want to change things up, literally this is all you need to do with most Tiamat teams. All NPs in the first turn, and then the next 2 turns you could just rely on crits. Straight up. Wouldn't Mash is considered a yeah, no, she's definitely up there. I don't know if she I mean I don't know. I'm not the main source of gameplay orient. Oh, well, okay, wait up. What are they showing right now? But again, the stream started, link is in the description. I would say she's up there. I don't know if I would put her up there with like Castoria and the rest of the looping enablers. I guess she does enable looping. I shouldn't, you know, imply that she doesn't. But obviously you need to be caught up with the story in order to unlock that part of her. And she's not like a traditional, like, I guess in the same way as Tiamat in a way. She's not like a traditional looping support servant, I guess. What's your bet the Grand Rider, and who will I grand? I mean, the thumbnail says it all. I think, and most people seem to be on the same boat. I think it's gonna be Noah for the Grand Rider. As far as who I'm gonna be granding myself for my rider, it's gonna be Ozzy easily. Let me know, by the way, who's gonna be your Grand Rider. I know we've asked this before, but it doesn't hurt to ask again. I mean, maybe opinions will change once Grand Rider Noah reveals himself, and maybe he's low-key dummy with the sauce. So with 10th Annie, better to save 1,000 quartz for Summer Tiamat. I mean, it depends, man. Olga is really good. Olga's amazing, and I doubt most people in general, whether you're an NA player or JP or whatever the fuck, I doubt most people will be able to resist not rolling for Olga. Just because of who she is, and when you look at her skills and her NP, she is pretty good. But if we're just talking strictly gameplay, take the character out of it, in my humble opinion, I think Tiamat is the better servant to go for. Granted, they're very different servants. One's like a semi-support with like looping capabilities. The other one is like straight up support with Tiamat. So it really depends on what you want. I mean, yeah, and you're literally slapped, if assuming you're caught up with the story, you're literally slapped with 1,000 quartz right when Olga comes out. So most people are gonna be at least throwing half of that motherfucker at Olga. But if you're like me and you're insane and you save to all hell and back and you bond farm like a mental asylum patient, then you should have a shit ton of quartz in addition to the 1,000 quartz. And I just hit the limit for my EXP. I don't know who to grail now. I feel like my grailed servants, like these are my grailed servants, by the way. Grail to 100 and higher. I guess 90 and higher. Like, my lord. I don't know who else to grail at this point. As far as the 120s, I'm pretty satisfied. Like, I have a whole row of 120s. And I like that Tiamat is like in the front now. It used to be Gil in the front, but now that Tiamat's been introduced as an archer as well, she just took over the frontal spot, so that's pretty cool. But man, gotta burn EXP now. I literally been farming EXP even during the summer event, like, because I was already pretty much done with the summer event. So I was just farming EXP cards because I use a lot. Oh, I still have these fuzz. Let me just burn a couple in case I do roll later. Or maybe if I don't roll, I could just go straight to the event. Again, Kane Ueda, the voice actress of Erishgal and Ishtar, is here, as you can see. I don't know if that exactly implies anything for the content coming up, or if she's just a guest for the sake of being a guest. But yeah. Summer Amami enables a true immortal team. Yeah, no, I use her with Castoria. And for the challenge quest that just happened in JP. Granted, it's not a min turn team. I actually don't like min turning. When it comes to challenges, I like winning with my favorites. Sometimes I can min turn with my favorites, but most of the time that's not the case. So in this challenge quest, I used Castoria, I used Summer Tiamat, and I used normal Tiamat. And those three in a team, bro, like, is as immortal as it gets. Like, you get the healing from both Tiamats, you get the hard protection with Castoria, but then you get the additional protection with Summer Tiamat, and then you get the crit stars. You get everything. You get a little bit of everything, and I absolutely love it. Summer Tiamat to me is just insane, absolutely cracked. I guess she's here to advertise this new product that they have. I believe they sold some of this in FGO Fest this year, if I'm not mistaken. I say that because I have the Tiamat ones already, but still need to buy the guild ones, but they're pretty expensive. There's a banner drop when the stream ends. Presumably, the event, I believe, is scheduled, if I go to the news page, the event is scheduled for early September. And we're at early September. I guess theoretically they could save it for next week and it would still be early September. But most likely, I would say most likely. If not tonight, definitely this coming Tuesday. Most likely. Yeah, they're also selling these framed arts, by the way. As much as I want them for like my favorite servants like Gil and Enkidu and Tiamat and Kide and Shuten and so on and so forth, they are fucking expensive. Like, I get that they're probably high quality frames, high quality prints, but they're like $200, if I'm not mistaken, $250, which is like kind of overkill in my opinion. Like, what's stopping me from, I guess, printing these out and like framing it myself? But I guess, you know, it's like high quality material, all that good stuff. But like, golly, I ain't paying that much, dog. Holy. If it was like $50, maybe even $100, maybe I would buy those frames. But like $250, damn near $300, and then plus the tariffs for shipping, Lord have mercy, man. That's a bit much. Yeah, do they come with the actual servant? Like, if that's the case, I would probably buy a metric fuck ton of those, to be honest. Like, if they came with the actual servant, if I could summon them using the portrait, then like, all right, then let me just get a couple of shoe tens and I'll be pretty happy. I'm curious to hear your opinion about grand fights when it comes to enemies. Do you like fighting brand new servant or the old ones, but with totally cool and awesome animation updates? I've said this in the past, but I prefer the latter, where it's the old servants, but with new animations and new, just like a brand new feel to them. Like when they introduced reintroduced Musashi as the Grand Saber, that was like incredible. And then they did the same thing with Heracles. But then, you know, Indra came out. To me, Indra was like very boring. Because we already saw his NP, we already saw his animations, and then like a couple weeks later, now he's the Grand Lancer. It's like, okay, cool, I guess. I would have preferred if they surprised us with like a Grand Lancer Melusine or Grand Lancer Enkidu and then gave them new animations. That would be cool. So they're gonna be doing the same thing with presumably this new servant, most likely gonna be Noah, which sucks because I like the surprise. I like the speculation of like who's gonna be the next grand fight, but they're not doing that anymore. I don't know if I'm like in the minority when it comes to that, but I like being surprised. I don't want the grand servant to be spoiled weeks before the grand duel, and then we get the grand duel. It's like, okay, we know it was gonna be him. Like, okay, I guess. Seeing all the blue with Summer Tiamat, are you thinking of the blue border around her? So the only issue I have with her, she should have been a pretender. If you know the story of the summer event, she absolutely acts like a pretender. Either a pretender or even a berserker, to be honest. But they decide to make her an archer, which is like one of the oddest choices, because she doesn't do anything in terms of like archery, no bows or anything, which I guess is not that big of a surprise when you look at some of the archers in the game. You know, some of them don't use bows or guns or any projectiles at all. Like, yeah, she shoots beams and splashes water, but does that really necessitate her being an archer? And the main reason why I have an issue with that is because I already have my boy Gilgamesh lined up to be my grand archer. And as much as I love Tiamat, and as much as I will glaze her, in the end of the day, most of my glazing is going to go to the King of Heroes, the Golden King, the strongest heroic spirit, Gilgamesh, of course. Like, he's my all-time favorite. But again, as much as I love Tiamat, and any other servant for that matter, Gil's still numero uno, so gotta grant him. Had Tiamat been any other class outside of Archer or even Lancer, because I'm gonna grant, or I already granted Enkidu as my Lancer. Had she been any other class, it would have been over. I would have granted her no problems no questions asked. But it is what it is. Grand Assassin can't be a surprise though. I mean, they could surprise us. Like, I'm sure most people are presuming, oh, it's probably King Hassan, but they could surprise us with like Tez. They might bring a new servant for Grand Assassin, maybe, like they're doing right here, which would be kind of a surprise. But again, I prefer it if it's like an old servant getting a new, fresh coat of paint. Again, you never know. I would like it to be King Hassan, just so we could see like a crazy new animation for him. Like a new Azrael would look insane. The only problem with that too, though, is when they bring an old servant and make them the grand duel and then give them new animations for the duel. With Musashi and Heracles, they didn't give them a new animation update for like the playable version of them. Like, I would have loved it if they gave her grand duel animations to like the actual playable Musashi, but they didn't do that. So I would imagine for my King Hassan fans out there that if they were to make him the grand duel with like crazy new animations, it would kind of suck at the same time, because you wouldn't be able to enjoy those animations with your playable King Hassan. But that's neither here nor there. I guess it would be cool no matter what, I guess. If you're a fan of the servant, you're a fan of the servant. So you'd be cool with any new content. But yeah, so as far as like who my Grand Assassin will be, definitely Shuten. Obviously not picking her for gameplay purposes. I just really love Shuten. I'm definitely gonna struggle with the Grand Duel a lot though, because assuming it's gonna be another single target enemy or an enemy that prefers single target servants to be brought to, Shuten's definitely gonna struggle. And even if it was an AoE enemy or AoE like node, I guess, Shuten's still not the best assassin at all. So definitely gonna struggle a lot with her once the Grand Assassin duel comes out. And then Grandcaster, talked about this before. You would think I would pick Caster Gil, but I'm gonna pick Alice. I just really like Alice. It's like my only excuse, I guess. My only explanation. Then Grand Rider, like I said earlier, gonna be Ozzy, because you know Ozzy is my boy. And I think that's pretty much all my grands. If I'm not mistaken, did I miss any class? Yeah, so Grand Archer, Gilgamesh easily. Grand Rider, Ozzy. Grand Caster, Alice, and then Grand Assassin will be Shuten, and then that's pretty much gonna be my lineup. Originally, my Grand Saber was gonna be Ibuki, but when I saw the new animations, or I guess the Grand Duel animations for Musashi, I got really hyped, so I picked Musashi. But in an ideal world, I probably would have picked Ibuki. Suzuka has A++ writing. I mean, I would assume she does, bro. And honestly, that's great for those who love Suzuka, because I'm sure those writing skills will be put to good use, so to speak. But yeah, just chilling now at this point. They're just kind of stalling. I believe the new information won't come out till Tucson comes out. The new servant most likely gonna be Noah, but it hasn't been revealed as of this moment. It's definitely gonna be revealed probably in the next 20 to 30 minutes. Can you change your grand when you want? Yes, you can, but I I believe it takes an item. I believe it's this item right here. And you only get one. If I'm not, I believe this is the item. I could be wrong. But you have to use a specific limited time item in order to reverse your grand. At least I think this item. If this is not it, then forgive me. It might actually be the item over here. I believe it shows it on top. Yeah, this compass looking thing. So you get a lot of tries, a decent amount of tries, if it is this item. But for me, and this might just be my major OCD talking. Once I pick a grand, I don't want to go back. I want to commit. I think that's the way I want to treat my grands. Once I pick one, I want to commit and keep it them. I mean, Gil and Enkidu are pretty much guaranteed gonna stay my grand archer and lancer, and I guess Tiamat as well as one of my grand extras. I guess every other class is subject to change, but the chances of them changing are extremely slim unless they introduce like a new Gil or whatever, I guess. What do you think the next they can do after grands? Like the next like update to like the leveling system and stuff? I don't know. I honestly don't know what they could do. I'm sure some people have speculated maybe increase the level cap or something like that. I actually have no idea what is the next thing they could do. Wait, you can grant extras already? Oh yeah, you could grant extras since last month, home dog. Since the last month. Obviously I picked Tiamat as my grand alter ego, and then for my grand moon cancer I picked Hakadon. Who, if a couple years ago, if you ask who would be if they were to implement a new grand system, what extra classes would I grand? I wouldn't have guessed Hakadon would have been added to the game, but I guess she did, and I gotta pick her because she's Gil's favorite master, so I gotta show her that respect, you know. I like to think I'm in Gil's favor as well, but you know, in the end of the day, Gil's canonical favorite master is Hakadon, so I gotta do her that respect. But yeah, hopefully no more level caps. Yeah, no, the level caps are like, I feel like it would be like 1,000 5-star EXPs for one level at that point. I'd rather they just don't touch the levels at this point. Like I feel like there's nothing they could really implement in terms of levels, in terms of stats, that they haven't already implemented. What I do hope, though, although after 10 years of the game being out and only a handful of servants really have this feature, but I would like it if every servant get, like, this might be crazy, but if every servant get multiple NPs, I think that would be cool. One support and one damaging for everybody. But that might be too much. That might be too much animations and whatnot. Bare minimum, just give Gil another buff. That's what I want. Okay, so Tucson's out. So you guys already know what that means. I guess they're revealing the new shit now. Again, this is a light version of their news live streams, I guess. So I guess this live stream is only going to last about 30 minutes. I'm conflicted between Grand Spacer-ish, Enaresh, or Moon, Cheeky, or Alco. Ooh. Oh, man. Yeah, you're weighing your love for the Rin faces versus your love for Type Moon in general. Oh, man. That's crazy. Yeah, that's definitely a dilemma for sure. I mean, as somebody who is like the self-proclaimed biggest Gilgamesh fan out there, I pretty much had the same conflict, I guess, as you. For months, I was thinking about who's going to be my Grand Caster. Should I Grand Gil, Caster Gil, or should I Grand Alice? And I pretty much decided I'm going to Grand Alice as much as I love Gil. So I guess my love for like Type Moon in general, at least in that moment, or in this instance, outweighed my love for Gil. So I don't know if you want to, take my advice. I would say maybe do that, just because I know you're a big fan of Kata no Kyokai, big fan of Shiki, and of course, they're a big fan of alcohol as well. You know, just to change it up. You know, just to add some variety to your grand list. And again, you could always change it if you change your mind. Ask ChatGPT. That's the rage. Hey yo, yeah. I mean, you could ask ChatGPT too. Okay, so apparently the event is coming out in a couple hours. So just to answer that question from earlier, when the event is coming out, soon, very, very, very soon. Presumably when the stream ends, or when their stream ends, not my stream, but I don't know. I already compromised on Emiya as Grand Archer, so I sacrificed on Ishtar and Uraresh together as Grands. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, you have it rougher than me then. Yeah, you have it rougher than me for sure. Oh, man. I mean, oh, I don't know. Yeah, that's a dilemma for sure. It almost looks like that they're not going to be able to grand any of the Rin faces, which would be blasphemy. But then if you grand one of the sisters, either Ishtar or Rishgal, you feel like you need to grand the other. Yeah, that's fucked. Cool shades. Yeah, I couldn't find my other glasses, so I'm wearing this. I'm looking like X from To Be Hero X or whatever, but that is what it is. Look, if Type Moon did not was not excited, or exciting. I'm not sure what you said. We would not know or meet Gilgamesh. Yeah, big brain for sure. Big brain for sure. Yeah, there's the summary for the event. If Type Moon did not exist. Oh, did not exist. We would not. Well, I would know who Gilgamesh was, because, I mean, he is pretty popular in pop culture in general, outside of Fate. You know, he's made other appearances like Final Fantasy, you know, Marvel as well. He's a character in Marvel. It's all good, Sergio back. It do be like that. Bro looks like he works for. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, wait. What are they showing? Okay, they're showing the ship. So I mean, it's clearly gonna be Noah. Just an adult Nemo. Yep, there's the Nemos. They're showing the Nemos. Okay, just show us Noah at this point. I wonder if Noah's gonna take over our Nemo in the story, or if he's gonna manifest separately. Because technically, even though he showed up in Arcade as a Noah or as a Nemo face, I believe the lore is he took over Nemo's body. So we don't know how the actual Noah looks like. At least I don't think so. Okay, there's a giant flood. Okay, yeah. Okay, just show us Noah. There's all the animal servants, Lohi being one of them, Benyanma. This guy has an animal with him, so I guess that's why he's part of the event. Just to go with the whole Noah theme. There's the giant ass arc. Okay, if there was any confirmation. So you're telling me our futuristic ship cannot handle the what? That's not Noah. Excuse me? Who are these yin yang motherfuckers? Okay, so I guess they're the 4-star? Or maybe the free servant. I don't know if there's gonna be a free servant in this event. But I don't think they're the Did they just swerve us? Like, we thought Noah was gonna come out, but then they give us like these two. I want to say Shotas. They didn't look like girls to me. Incoming random Japanese. That's true, huh? Very true. Very true. Yeah, I don't know who those two are, but if they're tied to Noah's story, I don't know, because, you know, Noah's story is all about, you know, bringing 2 of every animal onto the ship. Maybe those are like 2. I mean, they're a pair, so that's where my brain went. Are there any animals in Noah's story that are like notable, that have a name? Because, you know, Type Moon likes to do some weird shit where they take the most obscure shit and then make them a servant for some reason. So I don't know if there's like in one interpretation of a Bible, there's like 2 specific animals in Noah's Ark story that they could make into a servant. I don't know. I have no clue. Servers up. Wait, what? No. I mean, that definitely not coming out here. First Filipino servant when? Yo, just bring me into the game, bro. I'll hard carry. I'll hard carry. Adam and Eve? That would be... I don't know if they would look like that, but that would be an interesting servant pair to come out. Oh yeah, you thought it was gonna be Noah, but it's gonna be Adam and Eve, bitch. That'd be insane. Is there any good reason on why they would release so little male servants? Money, waifu sell. Most of the player base are straight males who love waifus. I could think of like at least 100 different reasons, which all boil down to profit. But yeah. Besides that, the FGO community mostly consists of weird man children that fall in love with a... Damn. Why you gotta roast us? Well, okay, you basically described gacha players in general, so I mean, I don't know. They have to be naked. What do you mean, Archibald? What do you mean by that? Would you poop for a Filipino servant? It depends on how it's done. If the art style's nice and the skills are fun, then sure, why not? I don't know if I would roll for a Filipino servant for the sake of me being Filipino, but yeah. Have Moses since so he can spread cheeks. I mean, Moses does have a design type move, so it's possible. Lapu Lapu, yeah, that's another Filipino historical figure that they might release. He killed Magellan. Damn, you know your history, my man. You know your history. Not gonna lie, I would protect Nasi if they made a Filipino servant. That's insane. A Filipino grand servant. That would... I don't know if... Like... Okay, a Filipino servant, pretty likely, I would say. Especially if the game lasts for another 10 years. Eventually, they're gonna have to. But as a grand servant, no fucking shot. No shot. Most of the grand servants that we know of, besides I guess Musashi, are like related to gods or the god with a capital G. I don't think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think the Filipino culture really has like a designated, unique to Philippines like deity. Like obviously we have like folklore stories and like, you know, monsters and shit like that, but I don't think we have like a special god, because most Filipinos are either Christians or Catholics. I'm sure there's some Buddhists there, but yeah. Taigong is a nobody. Well, okay, he's a grand candidate. He ain't a grand, but I see what you mean though. I see what you mean. NP would be lechon. That's just like put a roast pig in front of the enemies, or just like slap them with it. Golly, we got a horse myth monster in the film. Well, every culture has like a monster, or a handful of monsters. I don't think the Philippines, again, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think we have like gods or deities outside of like Christianity or Catholicism, or, you know, the big religions, right? NP is corruption. Blade Works. Why do we get a Blade Works? We have Manny Pacquiao though. Golly, I haven't heard that name in a while. He doesn't fight anymore, right? I mean, I feel like he's been retired for a minute. I mean, in like 200 years, he could probably be a servant. They'll probably gender bend him into a lolly. He still fights? Does he really? I didn't ask if he was dead, Kazuki. I know he's alive, but I was asking if he still fights. I had no idea he still fights. Holy shit. There's an anime called Prese on Netflix that has Filipino. Really? Okay. Well, I need to expand my horizons, my dude. He would dog Mayweather at this. He would dog him. He would dog walk his ass. They'll get their lick back once we get that grand duel in like 200 years in Fate Grand Order. He'll get that run back in an event of some kind. It'd be in like a future Singularity, future Lostbelt. Bakunawa, the moon-eating dragon. Oh, like, we need another dragon in the game. Another lolly dragon. You know what? I'm not gonna complain, to be honest. Bring that bitch over. Fuck it. Because you already know, if they're gonna bring a dragon into Fate Grand Order as a servant, it's gonna be a lolly dragon for sure. I mean, look at Melusine, look at Typhon, technically Tiamat. Technically Kiyohime is a lolly. She's 12 years old. Ibuki also has a lolly version. You know, granted she's more like a snake than a dragon, but you know, same shit, I guess. Same difference. I'm still waiting on my Liz Zerker. I feel like you're the only one, man, because I'm tired of all these Liz faces, man. I'll be honest with you. I think I could go another couple years without a new Elizabeth Bathory. But if they release a new, you know, Bathory in the form of Berserker, I'll be happy for you, but I'll be very sad for myself because you know, I'm tired of seeing her. Personally tired. Yeah, David needs an animation. Oh, well, okay, a lot of people do, to be honest. Like, when they showed those animation updates this past anniversary, I got really hyped. I thought it was going to be like a 30-minute segment just showing new animation updates. But they only showed, like, what? Like, I mean, a decent amount, but not nearly the amount I was hoping for sure. The final boss of the Filipino servant event should be the letter F that they can't pronounce. That is foul. Or as the Filipinos would say, foul. Okay, we get a level cap increase for Masters to 190. That's cool, I guess. Maybe that's going to increase also our costs, our team costs. It would be great if for the final FGO event you unlock goodbye scenes from each servant. If they want to make millions of people cry, yeah. I mean, I feel like no matter what, once Fate Grand Order ends, you know, millions of people will cry. But to make the feeling much more melancholic, as they say, yeah, that would be crazy. You're still at 160 plus. That's not a bad level to be. I mean, I'm maxed out at 180, so get on my level. But you know, that's not bad. You know. Yeah, only about 5 servers got a new animation update. It should have been 10. You know, for 10th anniversary. Why didn't they do at least 10? But you know what? It is what it is. I mean, master levels are useful for increasing team costs, as well as increasing, to a certain extent, how much AP you could carry. But yeah, for the most part, it's pretty useless. I mean, let's be honest. But I would like to get more team costs, though, I guess. I would like that. If that happens, I'll have to record them. Oh, yeah. I mean, they're all probably going to be uploaded on YouTube within 0.1 gigawatt of a second by, you know, a handful of FGO content creators that I'm sure you guys could think of in your head. But yeah, it wouldn't hurt to record it yourself just for your own personal record. Okay, wait. He did the karate chop and he scared me. I thought we were going to get a new servant reveal right now. Although it is zooming in on him, so what are they about to show? Okay, CEs, Lohi for the 4-star. I don't know. Is that Ryoma in the 5-star? A pirate Ryoma with his girl in the background. I think that's Ryoma in the 5-star CE. And then 3-star Sheba CE. Sheba looking like a snack. Okay. So we're definitely leaning towards that. Leaning to that Noah. Noah being a servant for sure. Yeah, the 5-star servant. I think that's Ryoma. We have that one master level where we get Saint Quartz but the rest don't give any. I don't even remember what level that is. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I think that's Ryoma because I saw the dragon in the back. That's his girl. Oh shit. Ryoma and Oreo. Oreo looking like a legendary Pokemon. Oh yeah, she would 1000% be a legendary Pokemon. I would definitely Master Ball her for sure. For real, for real. Okay, he's looking at. Okay, show us Noah. Show us the storm. Show us the flood. Show us the homie. Is that his eyes? Does he have blue eyes? I don't remember. There's the giant ass arc. Yeah, there he is. Yep. Same ascension and same art as Arcade. So again, not the biggest surprise. But hey, if you're a Nemo / Noah fan, congrats. Although Ryder, of course, yeah, well, of course. Okay, let's see how his NP looks like. I actually don't remember how his NP looks like in Arcade. So this is gonna be new to me. Okay, there's the giant ass arc. Got that CGI arc action. And, okay, he summons the flood for his NP. I'm not sure if that's lore accurate, but you know, we'll take that. He'll flood everyone. There you go. 5-star rider, Noah. The homie Noah. So, pretty much like the past 2 grants that they revealed, a lot of people were also calling Indra for Grand Lancer. So I feel like they give us too many hints for these. But I mean, this one was like the most obvious. Like, it was pretty damn obvious. Rip my Genghis Khan Grand Dreams. It was not gonna happen. As soon as they showed the storm for this event, like it was definitely gonna be Noah for real. Yeah, not biblically accurate, but I guess he's gonna be with Cersei. So who's those twins that we saw earlier? Maybe a second banner or maybe a free servant. I doubt they're gonna do another free servant right after summer, but I suppose it's possible. So I guess Noah's gonna be joined by Cersei. Yeah, grand fight is most definitely gonna be Noah. I mean, I doubt they're gonna change it up at the last second. So that's cool. And then of course, you know, Castergill has a bonus in this event. That's why I'm kind of coping for that Nebu Chad Nazar costume for my boy Gil. Because then you know, why is Gil here at all then, if that's the case? You know, if you look at the rest of the servers, they all have something to do with animals. At least most of them do. Gil is just kind of there. Like, I mean, I'm not complaining about Gil being part of the event, but still. What's left of arcade servants coming over? Sita, aka Rama's wife. Male Jack Demolay, which some people are, you know, really want him to come out, so why not? I guess Cersei and Nemo himself gets a buff, so that's cool. I just pulled Nemo a couple weeks ago, if you remember, going for Tiamat, so, you know, I guess he's going to have some use now. But that's cool. I like that Cersei gets a buff. I really like Cersei, so it's going to give me more reason to use her. Yeah, Nebuchad Nizar. Are they going to show more? Are you showing more? Or is that it? I think that's it. Okay, they're going to show the TV CM, the special, the preview. I can't show that for copyright reasons, but I'll let you know if I see any. Okay, there's... Was that Rhaenys? Or was that just normal Noah? There's a mecha of some kind. Oh, does... Okay, interesting. Huh. Our ship is going to become a mecha, which I guess was going to happen sooner or later. Like the storm border is going to become a mech, which I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet. Now that I think about it, with all the mechas in this damn series at this point. But I guess we're going full mecha and we're fucking up his arc, I guess. Yeah, like literally Transformers. Yeah, this was certainly not in the Bible. Not the Bible that I was read to when I was a kid. I don't know what Bible they have over in Japan, but it's certainly not the same Bible I read. Yeah, we got some Gundam Transformers action going on. So still no reveal on who the twins are, so I guess they're keeping that a secret for now. Okay, and then the event is coming out in about 14 minutes. So probably not rolling in my main account. Probably going to do a couple rolls in my side, and then we're going to go ahead and look at Noah's Ascensions on like Reddit or on Atlas Academy if they have it up on Atlas Academy by the time I'm done rolling. I only have 100 quartz on my side account, so it's not going to be the longest roll session of all time. But again, pretty predictable. It's definitely going to be Noah. I know I saw somebody said Genghis Khan in the chat earlier, but that was definitely not going to happen given the teases that they gave us. How can you forget Moses being able to clear the flood with a babe? Oh, dude, they do that? Big brain. Next week, Moses comes out. Fight. Yo, Moses versus Noah would be like a crazy fight. That would be crazy. Did you know Beyblades can wreck bathtubs? I did know that. The force in which they spin. The velocity. I could believe that for sure. Okay, so I guess that's it. Looks like they're winding down the stream. So is for my JP players, are you guys gonna be rolling for Noah based on what we saw? Type 1 if you are, type 2 if you're not. I'm a 2 guy myself, just because. Well, I guess I'm a 1.5 because I'm gonna be rolling for him on my side. But for my main account, like, am I really gonna right after, like, they kind of shot themselves in the foot in a way, right after Olga and right after the summer gachas, whatever else was gonna come out right after was just not gonna live up. Was absolutely not gonna live up. Oh, Kana, you're gonna be rolling. Okay, good luck to you, Kana. You're one of my homies, so like I hope you get the best of luck. Of course, hit that like button if you haven't already to get that extra bit of luck. Depends on how biblical is his art. Okay, fair enough. He's my grand if I get him. I've been waiting. Okay, well, there you go. Who would be your grand if it wasn't for Noah coming out? I'm kind of curious. Kana Hanazawa in the chat. I wish, man. Kana Hanazawa was like top 5 favorite voice actresses for sure. Voice of Alice, of course, as well as a bunch of other characters, but in terms of Type Moon, Alice, and I believe Ayaka, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, depends on his other ascensions. He just looks like Nemo right now. Well, he has another ascension that they did show in the TVCM, which is his final ascension, if I'm not mistaken, in arcade. So you could look that up real quick. But I guess there is one more. Oh, okay, that's who you're gonna be, Taigang Wang, basically, for you, Kana. Okay, fair. He's my only rider I had at 100. Okay, yeah. Ozzy's still gonna be my grand no matter what. Well, it looks like I'll be surprised if Noah's NP. I don't know if it showed how many enemies he was fighting. I'll be surprised if his NP is not AoE. He's literally summoning the Great Flood. I doubt he's going to be single target summoning a flood. So, an AoE rider is interesting. It makes me think that maybe this Grand Duel is going to maybe favor bringing AoEs. Because they have to be anticipating that some people, or a good amount of people, are probably going to be granding Noah himself for their Grand Rider. So they wouldn't make it so it's difficult to fight the Grand Duel. At least I think so, but I don't know. What did you miss? You missed the most predictable Grand Servant of all time, Noah. If the Great Flood becomes single target somehow, I'm gonna lose it. Yeah, no, that. I mean, there's been similarly weird NPs in the past, so I guess it's not out of the realm of possibility, but that would be insane. I may consider to grant Noah in the future. Really? Okay. I love Rhaenys, but I kind of don't want to grant another support servant. I'm also gonna. Really? Okay. I didn't know you were that big of a fan of Noah to consider granting him off the jump, but okay, fair enough. I mean, you could also grant, you know, Summer Ishtar if you still need to grant a Rin face. Just, you know, just throwing that out there. Because I know you were struggling earlier if you should grant the spaces or not. Just saying that's an option, but I guess that's off the table. So the stream ended on their end. That's pretty much all the news. Yeah, they did say goodbye. It's over. So basically they announced Noah. They teased a new pair servant. Like 2 Shodas, if I'm not mistaken. They look like Shodas. They could be lollies, or maybe 1 lolly and 1 Shoda, but they look like Shodas. I didn't see them in the preview, now that I think about it. Actually, let me go ahead and rewatch it. I'm going to keep it in the small screen, but we'll go ahead and rewatch that part of the stream just to see if we could catch something that maybe I missed. You know, I'll have it in slow-mo. I think if I have it in slow-mo, I won't get in trouble with copyright. But I guess you'll never know. If the stream crashes, you know why. Because copyright's a bitch. Let's go ahead and slow it down. Okay, so we start off with the storm border. Chilling. Not really chilling, but getting ravaged up by the storm. By the actual storm. You know, something called the storm border. You would think it'd be able to board the storm. So right here we have Lohi. I believe that's Benny Enma in the back, and then Cersei. So they have a bonus in the event. Most animal servants do. Ironically enough, Summer Tiamat, who just came out, also has a bonus. Over in the sky is Noah's Ark. Big chillin' in the sky. You know, flexing. And there he is in the middle with a pterodactyl for some reason. A lion, I believe that's a sheep. A T-Rex. Okay, is that my boy from Lostbelt 7? Is that my boy Wak Chan? Making a comeback. He also has an ogre in the background. Not sure how, again, not really biblically accurate. I was willing to take the pterodactyl and the T-Rex by my boy Wak Chan. But the random Oni ogre looking thing in the back is kind of that's kind of crazy. Then we got Harambe making a comeback as well. Harambe for Fake Grand Order 1. So there's the boy Noah. And I want to say, is that? It looks like Rhaenys, but I don't think she's part of the event. But I think that's probably Noah's other ascension. So we have Noah's 3rd ascension, which was just shown. And then we have Noah's 1st ascension, which I believe is the one that they showed earlier. So I want to say this is the possibly the 2nd ascension. Looks a lot like Rhaenys, but it's not her. I'm pretty sure, yeah, this has to be another ascension. Interesting. So now we're transforming. Storm Border about to become an Autobot or something. A Gundam. And there's our Storm Border. I wonder if that's going to be maybe like an animation update for Nemo or something. Because I feel like Nemo's animations, you know, it's alright, but they could do better. Okay, Lohi has a big part in the event, evidently. 2nd time she's showing up. Cersei doing her little magic. Benanma big chillin' in the water. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much it. They didn't show the twins that they teased in the cutscenes. Interesting. Nemo just got a buff, Kana, actually. In the stream, they did show that Nemo and Cersei, they're both getting buffs. Yeah, they could be NPCs, but the fact that they don't show up in the trailer, on the event trailer itself, is kind of weird. Usually the NPCs do, but I guess not. Yeah, they did get a buff. Looks like a pretty good buff too. What's something to do with NP? Berserker Castoria's NP is AoE canonically, but I think she creates a field around one target first. That's true. Her NP 1000% probably should be AoE. But I guess when she used it on Cornunos in Lostbelt 6, I guess she technically was only facing one enemy, so I don't know. I want Noah to get his revenge on Nero Draco. He got dog walked in. Or yeah. He did get. He got absolutely mollywopped, if I'm not mistaken, and that's what caused him to get nerfed to the point that he had to take over Nemo's body. What's up? How you been, buddy? I'm not your buddy. No, I'm kidding. I've been doing okay, Davon. How you doing? Hope you're doing okay. Hope everyone's doing okay in this fine morning. I guess it's like 4 a.m. almost where I live. So I'll probably roll. I said this earlier, but I just want to reiterate it. I'm probably going to roll in my side account. And whether or not I get him, it's neither here nor there. And then we'll really react to his ascensions on like Atlas Academy or like Reddit or something. How many of your grands are 120 so far? 2. Tiamat and Enkidu. Oh, I accidentally went to NA. I was trying to go to my other account. Let me just make sure I'm logging into the right thing. But yeah, it's only well, I guess technically Gil as well, just because I plan on granding him, so he might as well be grand at this point. But yeah, it's just Enkidu and Tiamat so far. I don't think I'm gonna, at least I feel like I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna be granding Alice or anybody else for that matter, like 120ing them, I mean. At least I feel like I'm not. How about the ones planned to be grilled? Yeah, it's literally just, or planned to get granded. It's literally just Gil. So just one additional one. I mean, maybe eventually I'll 120 Shuten and Alice and the rest of my grands. But right now I kind of like the fact that my only grands are like Gilgamesh related characters. I don't know if I want to change it up by 120ing Shuten or, you know, other characters that have nothing to do with Gil. So this is my side account. Has my NP4 Kukulkan. Wish I NP5'd there the other day, but it is what it is. I still got to do my paid banner on this one, the start dash paid banner on this account. So I'll probably do that at some point. But I will be rolling for I almost said Nemo. I'll be rolling for Noah later. On this account in about 2 minutes. And then whether or not I get him, I'll be reacting to his ascensions either through my game or through Reddit / Atlas Academy or whatever website has his ascensions already. So wish me luck. I will be trying my best. And again, even though I call this my side account, it's pretty stacked for the most part. As far as my grands here, actually, I never showed my grands on my side account. So my grands on my side account are Arturia, who I actually NP4'd the other day through the free story summon. So that happened. Melusine, Castoria Berserker, and Kukulkan. I didn't pick another grand extra class yet. I'm still debating who I want that to be. Atsuji SSR on the side account. I have to buy the quartz, and I don't want to set that up right now, just because it gets kind of complicated on my side account. But yeah, those are my grands here. I'm gonna grand Jack the Ripper here, probably as far as my assassin. I don't know about every other class, but assassin I'm pretty sure on. Okay, so the event should be out right now. Yeah, okay. So wish me luck. Thank you for wishing me luck, Lil Dozen and Davon. Good luck. I'm not summoning out of St. Quartz. Got everything in summer. And I assume you mean NP6 Olga, which congratulations if that's the case. Is the game actually crashing right now? Or is it just me? I feel like it's just me. Is the game actually is Noah actually crashing the game? Is he that anticipated? I feel like he's not, but I don't know. The game's not loading for me. Let's see. Okay, no, it's good now. It's good. I was about to say, I was like, what? Yeah, make sure that like button. No way, the game crashed for me too. Hey, yo. The Noah hype is legitness. Noah used a great flood on FGO. Yo, imagine, dog. Okay, so what we're looking for is a gold rider in the form of Noah here. I don't know if he has a last name. I was gonna say Mr. Noah, but again, is that his full name? Is it just Noah? Is that it? Because you know Jesus Christ has a full name, Jesus, and then Christ. You know, Noah's just Noah. I hate how my grand lineup is basically small chest list. Hey, at that point, you just own it. Just own it at that point. I respect it. You know, I see your taste in women. You know, it is what it is. It's all good. No last names that early. Hey, Jesus got one. Hey, yo. Okay, so there he is along with Cersei. Let's see if I get lucky in me side. Can call him Noah Ark. Noah Arkwood. Oh, shit, let's go. Okay. Oh, wow. Starting off with a Gacha or non-rated up CEO. You love to see it. You love to see it. Let's see if I get lucky. Flat is no, I agree. Flat is justice, you know. You know, I could live with a flat-chested waifu, you know, as long as everything else is good, you know. You gotta have them legs, bro. You gotta have a sexy voice, you know what I'm saying? I'm just describing Shuten at this point. But you know what I mean? Who are your grands actually, Chacha? Now I think about it. You said small-chested woman. I'm curious who they are exactly. Yeah, make sure you guys hit that like button as well. So flat with big booty. I mean, I'm more of a legs person, but the booty could come too. I mean, Shuten does have a voluptuous behind, if I do say so myself. But I'm more of a legs person, you know. Long, slender legs. It's over. It's over. Long, slender, smooth legs. You slap some baby oil on that motherfucker to make that shit shine. Or I guess in Shuten's case, you splash some alcohol on their legs, bro. It's over. It's over. Just saying. No Diddy. What if I said that and then Noah came out? That'd be crazy. Yeah, I knew someone was gonna say Diddy. No Diddy though. No Diddy. Chacha Altera. Oh, Altera. I didn't know you were a big fan of Altera. Melt Lancer and Santa Abbey. All right, Chacha. Just you know, this is a safe environment. Just admit it. You're a lolicon. It's okay. If you are, it's okay. This is a safe environment. I'm here to protect you. If you're a lolicon, I got you, fam. I got you. I'll stand by even if it kills me. I will stand proud about flat girls. Nice ass too. Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, they gotta be thick somewhere. They gotta be thick somewhere. I agree. There has to be something you could grab onto. Because if there's nothing to grab onto, at that point, you're committing a crime. Hey, it's just 50-50. I don't know about that, man. I mean, Altera's the only adult there. Chacha, Melt. Well, Melt, I guess, you know, yeah. No. You're right. You're right. You're right. Not wrong. Yeah, there's no undercover FBI agent here. So that first multi-shot was complete dog water. Let's see if I get lucky. Or not. Probably not. Just gonna accept it. Now, after having like 3,000, 2,000 plus quartz, rolling with 100 isn't really a lot of quartz. I remember back in... Okay, there's our first gold. Hi, Cersei. I remember back in the day, I used to consider like 100 quartz a lot. It ain't shit. Not even... 500 quartz isn't even a lot, in my opinion, at this point. Like, if you ain't 1,000 quartz plus, you don't got shit. If you don't have 1,000 quartz plus, like, just give up. Don't even roll. Just give up. Okay, I think there's our first copy of the 3-star CE, funny enough. Sheba CE. Please no Ilya. Hey man, in an alternate world, I'd probably grand Ilya, to be honest. But if I did that, Miyu would probably get, you know, really possessive and angry with me and then steal my account. So maybe not. 500 to 600 quartz, it's decent, but it ain't like, oh, I'm confident. Like, after hitting pity as much as I did this year, I believe like 5 times. This past 7 months, I hit pity like 5 times. If you don't have at least enough for pity, bro, you need to start sweating. You need to start sweating. Unless your luck is just absolutely EX protagonist luck, then hey, by all means, man. 500, 600 is probably good enough. And hey, a couple years ago, I probably would have agreed with that. The amount of 5-star servants I NP5'd with just 300 quartz, 300, 400 quartz. I mean, Alice, Tiamat, Kide, just to name a few. I mean, theoretically, 500 to 600 should be a lot. But my mind has been changed. I'm a changed man now. These past 7 months have been... 7, 8 months have been crazy. Ever since Tiamat in NA took until pity, I'm a little bit traumatized. I'm a little bit traumatized. FGO is the worst pity-wise for me, because at Blue Archive only need 200 pulls to get... To be fair, I don't know how many it takes to pity in other gacha games. FGO is kind of horrendous with the pity counter, but yeah. I mean, with 500, 600, I ended up this year NP6 Draco and Summer Melting. Well, you're just a lucky motherfucker then, because that certainly wasn't the case with me. Oh, nice. We got the 5-star CE with Ryoma. Okay, so we got all the CEs. I not really confident. Not really confident. Last 2 multi-shots, and then after that, I'll probably just look up Noah's art and skills on like Atlas Academy or something. And then we're pretty much done rolling, because I don't see myself rolling for him on my main at all. Like, no offense to no fans out there, but I'm good. And Kata, let me know if you get him, because you said you were gonna roll for him, so let me know if you get him. Yeah, after Pity Olga, I'm sweating right now with 450 quartz. Yeah, good luck, man. That's halfway through Pity to Pity right there. But I mean, they say statistically on average, it takes 300 quartz to get 1 5-star. Yeah, my ass. Yeah, we'll see though. We'll see. I mean, I'm only using like 120 quartz, so. Got an MP2 Olga and MP2 Tiamat. Nice. Pretty content. You know, can't complain about that. You know, we got MP2, really good offensive semi-support servant in Olga, and then you got an MP2 Tiamat, one of the best supports in my opinion in the entire game, period. It's always 60 or 900 quartz for a server. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You either get them like right away or you go through hell. There's no in between. I feel like there's rarely ever in between. Hey Noah, if you could just show up, dog. Listen, I don't know if you guys have ever been on a ship before. I've never been on a ship before. At least I don't think so. I've been on like small boats, but I would love to be a passenger in your ship, Noah. I would love to traverse through the oceans with you. So if you would show me this respect. I know you teamed up with Tiamat in Arcade, so I respect you already enough for that. But you know, you're also one of the biggest biblical figures as well. You know, I'm kissing his ass right now just so he comes. You know, if I squint my eyes, you could pass as a female technically. But you know, if there's a hole, there's a way. I don't know if I might have scared him off at that point, but I'm just saying. I've been on a cruise before, so please no. Oh, there you go. Oh no, hey, she's been on a cruise. I want to go on a cruise. Oh fuck. Okay. Hi, Cersei. Golly. I count as an animal. Yeah, I do count as an animal. That's true. I do count it as an animal. Now, if you could take me and Tiamat on your ship, you know, she would be like my female counterpart, you know. Because you can only take 2 of every animal, so I get it. If I were to pick another humanoid with me, it would be Tiamat. I was going to say human, but she's not exactly human now that I think about it. And that's not because I want to do some weird stuff with my mother. Not saying that. I'm just saying she could repopulate the entire planet by herself, you know. So I feel like she's like the best bang for your buck. You technically don't need to take other animals with you. You could just take her, and then she'll do the rest. She'll do the rest. To be fair, if the flood happens, Noah wouldn't choose to save me. Hey man, listen. Don't say that about yourself, man. Don't sell yourself short. You're a master of Chaldea, damn it. You're the last master of humanity, at least in your timeline. So you're worth something. You're at least worth something. Unless you're one of those masters who got absolutely clapped in the beginning of the series, then I'm sorry. Unless you're one of the cryptors, well, you know, they didn't really have a happy story either, but it is what it is. Okay, this is Noah right here. Fuck. Okay, I guess I'm not getting Noah. I guess I'm just gonna react to the art online with you guys. Fuck. We got David though, another biblical servant. Dojins have proven that. Yeah, we all animals out here, dog. Damn. Again, 120 quartz isn't a lot, but I still don't like wasting quartz in the end of the day. So I guess Noah said, fuck you and your dreams of getting on a cruise. Okay. I get it. I get it, Noah. I get it. Alright, he actually said no. Okay. Well, that's all I could really do unless I have 1 quart in my present box, which I don't think I do. Yeah, no quart there. Alright, so unfortunately Noah said, yeah, no, I'm good. So I guess I'm just gonna do the good old let's go look at his ascensions and skills on Atlas Academy or something. It is what it is. How about you, Kana? How's the rolls going if you're still on here? I hope the rolls are going better than my shit, that's for sure. Let's see, Atlas Academy. Alright, let's see these ascensions. Noah's already on the site. Didn't get it. Use all 450 and you didn't get him? Hey, yo. Alright. Alright, first ascension. I'm sorry to hear that, Kana. Holy shit. Is it Nebuchadnezzar a villain in Arcade? Yeah, he's the wife of Draco for some reason. But yeah. So first ascension, standard. Second ascension. Okay, it is this ascension from the preview. Is this is that like a female version of Noah, or is it just a very feminine one? Very feminine ascension. I mean, it doesn't look like he gets, you know, at the very least he's flat chested. But if it is a female version, that would be a she. And then the third ascension, yeah, so the third ascension is pretty much similar to the one in Arcade. It's a different pose, but it's pretty much the same thing. And then final art. Okay, for a second I thought I saw some titties, but now it's just you got some feet action. So if you're a fan of feet, there you go. So we got a femboy for our rider, for our Grand Rider. Nice. His sword looks a lot like Aya. I wonder if there's any connection to that. Probably not. Very two different cultures, but you never know with Type Moon. But there he is. He is triple arts, so I assume he's an arts. He is an arts NP. Extra damage against giants, super giants. Charges NP for wild beasts, demonic, and having animal characteristics. Okay, NP, interesting. So I assume his skills have something to do with supporting animals. Okay, he does a lot with his third skill. What the hell? He does give it invincible to himself ×2. Second skill has a 50% battery, so automatically pretty good. As well as a 20% to the party, so 50% to himself, 20% to the party. And again, more for animals and wild beast demonic servants. And then NP damage up, similar to Nemo's skill from what it looks like. And then more buffs for wild beast. So a semi-support, I guess, for your animal characters. So part of me kind of does want to roll for him, because a lot of my favorite characters like Tiamat and Ibuki, for example, are animal characters. But unless something changes within the next couple weeks, how long is this event going on actually? Unless something changes, I don't see myself rolling for him. Yeah, so he's gonna be around for about 18 days, give or take 2 weeks and a little bit of change. But unless something changes, I probably won't be rolling for him at all in my main account. But again, good luck to everyone who is gonna be rolling for him. And I'm sorry, Kana, that you weren't able to get him. You got 12 searches though. It is what it is. I'm sorry to hear that. I guess I'm done streaming right now. Yeah, 2 weeks to farm quartz. Yeah, good luck. Thank you guys for watching and hanging out with me. I'm gonna be going to bed now. This stream will obviously be uploaded as a separate video and all that good stuff. And I'll see you later. Good luck to you in the future if you're rolling for Wangina or Noah or whoever the fuck. I'll see you guys when I see you guys. I don't know when. If they do announce a new servant or tease a new servant or whatever, then I guess that's when I'll come back. I actually don't know what kind of event this is. Is this a lotto event? Probably not. Yeah, I guess I'll find out at some point. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.